all you cool cats and kittens. It's Lori and Holly back at you with another video.
If you haven't seen Tiger King, we don't recommend it.
It's awful, but also you need to watch it.
We are here with another video from Ukraine. We have so many questions that we always get asked while we are here by Ukrainians. So we've made a list of the top 10 questions that we've been asked since we've been here.
In no particular order. Again, we are social distancing at the moment. We've just kind of been very bored.
So we're filming videos for those of you who are actually interested.
So
let's get started. Question 1. Why are you here?
Yeah, Holly, why are we here?
At the current moment, that's a little difficult to explain.
Mm-hmm.
But originally we came with Program for Humanitarian Aid, PHA, as it's known in the States, DOMIC, as it's known in Ukraine. And we're kind of here as interns, just learning what DOMIC/PHA does in Ukraine and here for encouragement and kind of just to do what we're told.
Yeah, pretty much.
Question number 2.
What do we think of Ukraine?
I feel like Ukrainians expect us to say, oh, it's horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's just different. Like, you cannot compare the U.S. to Ukraine.
They have different histories. They have different atmospheres, different beliefs. Just in general, it's a whole different country.
It's a whole new ballgame.
And I feel like Ukrainians just not want us to, but really just expect us to say, oh, it's a horrible country. America is so much better. But that's not the case either.
Mm-mm.
And I also would like to point out that both Lori and I have been to developing countries in Africa.
Yeah.
And so Ukraine compared to Tanzania for me
And Namibia
is much more developed.
Yeah. There's no comparison.
Another thing about Ukrainians is saying hello to everyone as you enter a room. So
you say hello and goodbye. You hug everyone.
Every time you enter a room, every time you leave a room. And in America, the way you can do that is like smiling and nodding. And that's like your hello.
Yeah.
Here, you need to say like a actual hello.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so this next question is favorite Ukrainian foods. So we
got up prior to this question and brought all of the stuff that we have in our apartment.
Not all of it, obviously.
Well, the stuff that we're going to talk about
like
that
highlights.
we have in our apartment so that we can show you.
Yeah.
But first we're going to talk about like Ukrainian dishes.
Yes.
So their most famous dish, I guess, would say is borscht.
Yes.
Which is very good. We both really love that. However, we have found things that we like more than borscht. If you're Ukrainian watching this, sorry.
Well, also, not necessarily more than borscht, because for me, borscht is very much up there. But we're living in an apartment with a single hot plate, and we don't know how to make borscht, so there's that.
Home-cooked meal, my favorite is shashlik, which we had for the first time in Komenskoye, where we are now. Basically, it's Ukrainian barbecue.
It's so good.
Yes, and we went over to this family's house and just had this big communion. Community. They have 5 kids. About to have 5. She's pregnant. Anyway,
about to have 6.
About to have 6.
I think. But also correct us if we're wrong.
Yes, they have a big family. They're such wonderful people. And we went over there. We helped them make the salad. The men went out and barbecued the shashlik. And
the shashlik is so good, y'all.
That is now my favorite Ukrainian dish.
It was really good. I like specifically meat dumplings. They're called vareniki. They're fantastically great. And I don't know what it's called, but it's a salad that has like imitation crab and corn and
Boiled
hard-boiled eggs, and mayo. So,
and a few other things depending on like who's making
Yes.
it. They take specific liberties.
And it's really good. Also, if you hear us talking about salad here in Ukraine, unless we specifically say like a Caesar salad, Ukrainian version of salad is more like what Americans would think of like potato salad. Like it's something combined with usually mayo.
Salad in America means you've got leafy greens. Salad in Ukraine, I would equate to like a 5-layer dip.
Yeah,
in
kind
America.
of. So we've had that salad. Another salad we've had a lot is
Like
more of
this
like a Mediterranean
Greek. They call it a Greek salad. It has, that's my favorite, but nothing in there does Lori like.
Yeah, I don't like
it has
anything.
feta cheese. It has tomatoes. It has bell peppers, cucumbers. So
I will
good.
say I like the feta cheese, but that's about it. So I haven't ever. Nope. But
okay. Also
salads.
mayo. So mayo and salad. We specifically have the best mayo anyone could ever ask. Also,
it's so good.
how do you say it? Mayonnaise. That's how you say it in Russian, I think.
Yes.
And Ukrainian. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is the best mayo on the face of the earth.
So, right when quarantine first started, we kind of laughed because Americans were hoarding toilet paper, but all of the good mayo was gone from the shelf.
Yeah, the mayo was gone from the shelf when we went to the store.
It was very sad. We had to
It's
switch
this
to a
brand-
different brand,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't as
It's this
good.
brand specifically because it's 72%, whatever this word that starts with a zha is. But the brand that we had to get because this one was off the shelves was only 50%. And there was a significant difference in flavor.
Toffee. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. It's technically a German brand, but it's...
Go Germany.
Tanya got me hooked on them. We were walking through the store. I was like, Tanya, what are some like good sweets that we should try or whatever? And she's like, get those things. And I said, okay, I'll try them. And now I'm kind of sort of addicted. It's not very healthy.
There's no kind of sort of. She is addicted. She eats at least one every day.
It's just so good. They're so small too. Anyway, this is what they look like.
We got a new package, don't worry.
Yeah. They're little caramels with a whole hazelnut in the middle and a little layer of chocolate on top. Oh, they're so good. We'll have to figure out how to get these in the States because if I can't, I'm going to be very sad.
Okay, my thing. For those of you that know me, pick your jaw up off the floor. Because here, I love Nutella.
Holly hates chocolate, for those of you who don't know her.
I hate chocolate. I hate
chocolate.
the taste of it. Hershey's bars are the most disgusting thing on the face of the planet. I do not like chocolate. In America, Nutella tastes like chocolate. Here, Nutella tastes like a hazelnut delicious spread.
Yeah, there's more hazelnut flavor in it.
And Nutella and bananas. Backstory to the Nutella and banana thing. I'm a morning person, and I'm talking I wake up at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Lori is not a morning person.
No.
She wakes up around 9:30, 10. So when I get up, I eat a Nutella banana because when we have breakfast, it's about 10 o'clock when we cook or whatever. So I can't hold out for that long. So I'll eat Nutella and a banana or like a protein bar or something, but usually Nutella and a banana because y'all, now I understand why Americans go crazy about this stuff. It's good.
Y'all, it's so much better over here.
It's not
We're
chocolate.
truly missing out.
Not chocolate. Oh, yum. Okay, I'm done. This? Okay.
Yeah.
Also, for any Ukrainians watching, we realize that this is not good for you.
It's really not. However, we were excited to find this in the store because it tastes like home.
It's Ukrainian ramen.
Yes, and it's spicy. So, also backstory.
Yes.
Ukrainians cook with spices, yes. They don't really cook anything spicy. So
As in, like,
yeah. So we were in Domik one day, and they provided a lunch for us, and it was so good. And it was like a little sausage, and they had a bunch of different sauces out for us to try it with. And they said, okay, this one is Mexican sauce. It's pretty hot, so like be careful. So I like, pour some out on my plate. And they're like, are you crazy? That is so much sauce. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Put some on the sausage, take a bite of it, and it's straight up mild pecani sauce. So that's what they view as spicy.
So she's eating this pecani sauce, like, spoonful, and, like, the men are even, like, looking at her like,
yeah, you're crazy.
You're gonna die. Anyway, so this is spicy, but basically all that means is...
There's a nice little burn in the back of the throat, but it's very small.
It's not, honestly,
it's enough to give it, like, a nice little flavor kick.
Yeah, flavor. It's more flavor.
We wouldn't really call it spicy.
But we don't eat these every day. Just so you know, when we're really missing home and we just want something that tastes like home, it tastes like instant ramen because that's what it is.
But it might be in the stores in the US, so y'all might be like, oh, you idiots. But
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen mango Pepsi.
It might be in those fountain drink things.
Maybe.
You, like, touch. Anyway,
we digress. This has saved our butts at night when we just really want something sweet. And specifically on the days when we're just like, okay, something that tastes American.
Yes.
Notice the two things that taste American are soda and instant ramen.
Not all Americans only drink Pepsi and ramen. I just need to put that out there. That, like, not all Americans like soda. Holly doesn't like soda. Not all Americans eat ramen all the time.
My mom had to explain. I was FaceTiming my mother when I was cooking these for the first time, and she was explaining to me, oh, by the way, you have to boil the water before you put it in there, because I was about to put it in there and then boil the water, which apparently just makes it all fall apart. But also the instructions are in Ukrainian or Russian or whichever one it is, so it's not like I can read them. Anyway,
we digress.
We don't...
So, for the Ukrainians out there who are watching this video...
We eat healthy most of the time.
Americans do have a stereotype, however.
I would just like to give Lori a shout out. She spent a good 15 minutes flattening my soda. That's why I don't like soda, because I hate carbonation. And so we got home, and I'm a crazy person, and our house has to be organized as soon as we get back.
Holly has a system.
I have a system. So I was like, unpack, put it on the table. I will put it all up. And so she did that. And while I was being a crazy person and organizing everything, she was flattening my soda for me.
So question number 4 that we get from Ukrainians a lot is, do we have a car / what is it? For you Americans that don't know, having a car here in Ukraine is a pretty big deal. And typically it's a family car and not they just don't have multiple cars per family. They're just very expensive. So we just get asked a lot if we have a car, what is it?
Also, Ukrainian public transportation is relatively cheap. So, and it goes everywhere. Yeah.
Or people walk.
It's honestly, America is the only place, not only I'm sure, but America is one of the only places that doesn't have good public transportation. I mean, in New York City and those types of places, but even here in small towns, not in villages, that's a whole nother video. But in small towns, you have public transportation, you have trains to get you places, you have buses. So having a license and having a car are really big deals.
Yep. So we just get asked that a lot.
And if you're wondering, I have a 2008 Ford Edge. It's blue, and when I get back, I'm probably going to sell it and get a new one.
Yeah, and I have a 2015 Jeep Patriot that's also blue. It's like a navy blue.
Question number 5. What do we miss most about America? Most of the time we say, oh, we miss our family. We do family, don't worry. We miss you. We miss you. But honestly, we've only been here 2 months. Right around 2 months. So, yes, we miss things, but the full-on homesickness hasn't hit either. Food is probably the biggest homesickness.
Pro tip, if you're going to stay in Ukraine for a while, bring canned veggies and brown sugar.
Brown sugar doesn't exist here.
So, wanted to make chocolate chip cookies a couple times, and you just can't exactly replicate it. Because
Also, everything is a little bit different. Their flour acts a little bit different. Their sugar acts a little bit different. Their butter acts a little bit different. I'm on the quest to make the perfect American pancake. And there have been
many trials.
The last time was the closest.
Yes.
There was too much butter. But I'm getting there. Yeah. There was also a flatbread incident. It was pretty okay.
The flatbread was pretty okay. But, so, yes, we miss you, friends and family. However, technology is wonderful. And, you know, like, FaceTime is a thing. I've been Marco Poloing people. So we can still communicate. You can still see each other's faces. Also, Holly hates driving, but I kind of miss being able to drive places.
Love not having to drive.
Yeah. But I think that's about it of what we miss about America. Question number 6. We get this a lot. It's what parts of Ukraine have you seen? What cities? Where have you been?
We'll go through this pretty quickly because we're going to make another video specifically about in-depth where we've been, what we're doing. But a lot of people will ask us if we have seen Kiev, which is the capital. And while we were there for 2 days when we first got here, both of us were ridiculously sick.
Yes. I had flu B, so traveled over here with the flu.
She had a fever.
Had a fever, was taking a bunch of ibuprofen, trying not to breathe on people, took as many precautions as I could while flying in close quarters. And Holly had the worst case of cedar fever anyone has ever seen.
I also had a fever.
Yeah, which also, you know, after traveling and after like 30 hours of travel with like maybe 1 or 2 hours of sleep, it just gets worse. So
plus jet lag, plus just in
we
all
got
of
to
it.
Kyiv and I think we slept for 24 hours.
There was one day we didn't leave the hotel room even for food. Yeah, I had brought a few snacks in my
like little granola bars.
Yeah, suitcase, and I ate like one of those and she ate one of those.
I ate half of one of those.
Yeah, she ate half of one of those. But other than that, we were both nauseous and out of it.
Yes.
So we just slept the whole day and had no desire to leave. So after that, again, we're going to go through this really quickly because we're going to have a whole nother video dedicated to that. But we were in Zaporozhye. Now we're in Komenskoye. We are planning on going to Poltava. That will 100% depend on the coronavirus and laws and restrictions. And we want to go other places too. But again, all of that will depend on the coronavirus. And so it's really sad because also being here.
Oh, we've also been to a village, which was really cool.
Yes, a village. I'm writing a blog post about that. I will explain on Facebook how to get to my blog. If you are really, really into our trip and just want the excruciating details of everything we do, I will explain to you on Facebook how to get to my blog.
Question number 7 is, can you teach me English / help me with English? Our answer is absolutely yes. We would love to, whether that is just vocabulary, learning different words in English, how to say things, or just culturally.
Also, most of the time we say, yes, we'll teach you or help you with English. Help us with Russian.
Yes, please.
And so most of the time they're like, yeah, absolutely. However, now we are quarantined. So now we can't see anyone. I have talked to one person over the phone on Viber, just to practice some English and that type of thing. That was interesting. He asked a lot of cultural questions, because also just culturally you learn more vocabulary words, and so that was nice. But we're supposed to be helping with English lessons at Domek here in Komenskoye where we are. However, all schools are closed. Domek is not fully functioning and we are quarantined. Or social distancing. We don't have the disease. We're not quarantined. We're social distancing.
Yes.
So that's where we are with teaching English. Question number 8. Do you have any pets?
The answer for both of us is yes. We do have pets back home. I have a golden retriever named Roxy and a cat named Pumpkin, with plans to have a pet of my own after I get a big girl job.
So technically, yes, when we're talking about my parents' pets, I don't have pets because as like one human, I do not personally have any pets because I'm anal about cleanliness. Also, when I lived in College Station, my roommate was allergic to everything animal-wise, so we couldn't have pets. So my mom technically has 2 dogs and a cat, and my dad has 3 dogs and 2 cats. Anyways, so by the transitive property, yes, I have pets. And I love playing with other people's pets when I can then shower and be clean after.
Question number 9 is what's with Americans and fast food? And I think we've only gotten this verbally once. We in Saprosia went into a class, an English class, and people were just kind of firing off questions for us about American university and just like cultural things. And one of the girls in the class was like, yeah, so is it true that all Americans like fast food? What is the deal with that? Which I was kind of like, huh, I guess, yeah, it is a pretty big American stereotype, and most of the other...
Well, also, American culture in terms of fast food is just so American.
It's just like fast and convenient, so we kind of had to go through like America is just a very fast-paced, competitive culture.
Yeah.
Versus people like actually really, really like it. Like, don't get me wrong, Whataburger, Chick-fil-A, super great. She doesn't like anyway. But
I'm not a big fast food person.
It's I would say hardly ever. Chick-fil-A is pretty up there on my list of places to go eat.
Question 10 is always about politics. Everyone here currently asks politics, and we always say we can't speak for all Americans, and also we are not going to talk about it.
Because neither Holly and I are super into politics.
We will do our own research and make our own decisions based on what we value at our hearts. However, if we get into politics here, it's also, oh, so they're American, that's what all Americans think. Which is not the case.
It's false.
And so we try to just say, we believe this. However, America has many different sides.
And also, we're going to tell you up front that Holly and I just don't like politics.
We don't like politics. Mm-hmm. So, ultimately,
we really just try to
avoid that question. Anyways, that was the top 10 questions that we as Americans get asked in Ukraine.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. If you made it through the whole video,
like and subscribe. Kidding.
Please don't. I mean, you can if you want, but
like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Like we said, we're making more videos. We're bored. We're in Ukraine, and
we've hit rock bottom.
Thanks for supporting us. Go.
Cut it after this.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Oh, we just started out the... We'll refilm the intro. We'll refilm the intro. Oh, well, I just need the other half.
Oh, mercy me. Wait, what's the next one? Well, I can cut this out.
Do you have a card? What is it?
Oh, it's carb. I'm gonna eat this first.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a swig of soda. Pretzel-y?
Huh.
Or more Gardetto-y? What were those poppy seed things that we were eating the other day?
Does it have peanut butter in it? Am I gonna throw up?
Well,
you eat that and tell me if it has peanuts in it and if I should swallow or not. No?
no, but I don't exactly know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know if I like it or not.
Or like they're yeah, probably shouldn't be putting a video of you coughing when quarantine is going on the internet.
That was because
Anyway.
I didn't. I have that stuck in my throat. I'm so sorry. Just restart that whole thing.
Okay. So another question that we get
Question
from,
number 4.
Yes. Question. Okay, cut it after this. Another question that we get from Ukrainians a lot is, do we have a car / if we do, what is it? Yes, question.
I'm gonna number the questions up. Because I'm gonna say top 10 questions. We need to say question number 4 is, do we have a car? Ow!
I'm just gonna go ahead and stop this video and restart it. Okay.